Subscribe if you like quality, candid reviews with no nonsense. I do have inside information on this bike you're not going to get anywhere else, so I recommend watching the full video. Let's do work. Let's start with our eyes. This is the 2025 CVO Street Glide, dripping in Raven Fade color scheme with scorched chrome exhaust, and it's one of the most beautiful bikes I've ever seen. The Raven Fade is like attitude got a cut and bled all over this bike. It literally shifts from a deep black on the top to a smoky gray and a smooth gradient on the bottom, and that scorched chrome exhaust complements it flawlessly. Look at the orange highlights on the badging, seat stitching, oversized grips, pegs, engine, and more. Look at the lines, the way the light plays off the paint, the new lightweight cast wheels particular to this bike, and the overall pristine fit and finish. Harley Davidson has seriously elevated the styling here, and this bike is a head turner, no question. The other color scheme you can get is Poison Berry, which is equally as wicked. In short, out of the factory, this looks like a custom hand-built masterpiece. The Milwaukee 8121 VVT, or variable valve timing engine, is front and center here. Under your right hand, you control 1977 cc's of pure American muscle, generating a respectable 115 horsepower at 4,500 RPM and an asphalt punishing 139 pound-feet of torque at just 3,000 RPM! Exclamation point. I rode my tuned Ducati Diavolo V4 to the dealership, and as powerful as that bike is, the torque on this Street Glide surprised me a few times during this ride, and that surprise was welcome. That variable valve timing is key, delivering a broad, usable power band literally across the whole power band and improving fuel efficiency to 45 miles per gallon. The result? Insane torque off the line and a smooth, effortless cruise on the highway. This is a motor that pulls hard, all RPM long and all day long, and one of my requirements for a bike is that it has the power to pull ahead at any speed on the highway. Believe me, I tested that a few times here on this bike, and the CVO Street Glide graduated with high honors. If I haven't been clear, you have all the power you need on this bike and then some. Now, this tidbit isn't publicly available, but I do know that the fuel injection mapping has been improved for better response and improved peak performance versus the 2024. Compared to the 2024 CVO Road Glide ST I reviewed, and again, you won't see this in any documentation, but I do know that the suspension has been recalibrated on the 2025 and you can feel it. Up front, you've got a new 47mm inverted Showa fork with 4.6 inches of travel. This provides a stiffer and more responsive feel. In the back, the dual adjustable emulsion shocks give you 3 inches of travel, and they feature remote preload adjustment on the left side, so you can dial in your perfect ride, whether you're solo or 2-up with luggage. Once you kick off, the bike feels light on its feet despite its 838-pound running weight. I've ridden a lot of bikes, and this is a completely different riding experience. It's more precise, more confident, more comfortable, and agile, and it's ready for whatever the road throws at it. Okay, I do have to give a big shout out to Al Lucchino, the owner of Harley Davidson of Danbury, Connecticut, for letting me ride his brand new bikes to review. He did set up a code for my viewers. If you tell him the code Ducati Diaries when you go there and you end up buying a bike, you'll get a free $200 service voucher and a t-shirt of your choosing. Enjoy. Al's contact information is below. For an 838-pound behemoth, this bike handles with precision that seems to defy physics, with the comfort of sitting on a plush couch while doing it. Priceless. With a 26.7-inch seat height, you don't have to Bruce Lee your way on top of this bike like on my Multistrada V4, and the seat is supple and could absorb hundreds of miles per day with ease without any butt fatigue. There's nothing worse than riding and sore thighs and sore glutes ruining your ride. You're not going to run into that problem on this bike. Brembo brings you to a halt on this bike with a dual floating rotor setup on the front wheel with dual radially mounted 4-piston fixed calipers, while the rear wheel features a single axially mounted caliper with a fixed rotor. I was able to test that out when a car stopped suddenly in front of me on the highway, and the bike smoothly brought me to a stop without a single complaint. It also helps to make sure you have enough car lengths in front of you. One thing that stood out, I felt a bit of an ab workout with my torque addiction throwing me back every time I twisted the throttle. You do have to hold on if you love the feel of that beautiful torque punch like I do. But hey, getting an ab workout while riding? I can't think of a better way. Bring on the torque. This bike has inexhaustible torque. I love twisting that throttle and getting thrown back in the seat, and this bike delivers in spades. Step into the cockpit and you're greeted by a stunning 12.3-inch color TFT touchscreen display running Harley's new Skyline OS. This is a big bright command center, and you have several selectable ride modes: road, sport, rain, and a couple of custom modes, each adjusting power delivery and cornering safety enhancements. Speaking of safety, this bike is loaded with the nannies: cornering ABS, cornering traction control, drag torque slip control, and so on, it's got all the modern safety features you can imagine, and they all work seamlessly in the background to keep you safe so you can focus on the ride. The audio system is powered by a 500-watt Rockford Fosgate Stage 2 amplifier, driving two 6.5-inch speakers in the front and two 5x7-inch speakers in the saddlebags. And let me tell you, it is loud and clear. I kid you not, it surprised me on the highway how loud, crisp, and clear it was at highway speeds. I never expected a stereo to sound so good on the highway. It does have Apple CarPlay. I will say it wasn't really apparent how to turn off the radio, but turning down the volume to 0 was easy enough. And hey, that's what manuals are for. Now we can't talk about a Harley without talking about the sound. The new exhaust, especially in scorched chrome, is certainly a styling element, but it's also a symphony to our ears. The 2-into-1 into 2 dual exhaust on this CVO Street Glide produces a deep, throaty rumble that's pure Harley. It's refined and tamed at cruise, but when you lay on the throttle, it comes to life with an adequate roar. I will say that I would immediately get a Jekyll and Hyde exhaust on this bike if I were to buy it, because I do like a bit more sound than stock. Plus, the Jekyll and Hyde allows you to keep it in quiet mode for neighborhoods. Keep it locked in for a full Jekyll and Hyde exhaust review soon. Okay, let's talk pros. Looks. This bike is incredibly beautiful, especially in Raven Fade with scorched chrome exhaust. Power. Ab workout. Enough said. Handling, very smooth and balanced. Gas mileage, at this weight and this power, 45 miles per gallon is icing on the top of this big old delicious sundae of torque and style. Cons, I really have to stretch on this one. This is a premium CVO bike and it shows in every way. From the stitching to the pristine components, I can't find a gripe on this bike other than the price point. The bike's MSRP starts at $45,999 US, but remember two things. 1, Harley Davidson, and 2, CVO. So it's ultra premium, and to nail you with two cliches in a row, you gotta pay to play and you get what you pay for. This bike is top notch. The only other call out is although this bike melts through corners when it's moving, you may have trouble walking this bike in and out of your garage due to its sheer mass and weight. So be sure to hit the gym and definitely don't skip leg day like I am doing right now so I can write this review. So the final verdict, unbelievable Milwaukee 8 121 VVT power, a premium and refined ride, a stunning new infotainment system. It just falls into corners and that head-turning Raven Fade paint. This bike is a masterpiece. The cons, this is a CVO so it comes with a premium price tag. The ergonomics are fantastic for a bagger, but remember, you're not getting a sport bike here. However, for a rider who wants the pinnacle of factory custom performance, technology, comfort, and style, the 2025 CVO Street Glide is a masterpiece. Next to the Breakout I recently reviewed, this bike is one of my top choices from Harley Davidson of Danbury, Connecticut. Now I can also tell you this, and corporate's not going to tell you this, but I learned you can get $2,500 off any stock 2024 Street Glide at Harley Davidson of Danbury, Connecticut right now, or $2,000 off 2024 lowriders, so now is definitely the time to pick one up while they still have them in stock. Ask for Al Lucchino and he'll hook you up. If you like quality, candid, no-nonsense reviews, hit that subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like. Do drop a comment below to let me know your thoughts on this beautiful masterpiece. And always remember the motto, bark less, wag more, and always be kinder than necessary. I'll see you in the next one.